संसार क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं पता नहीं, जो तारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tattvamasi, this Mahavakya is called Upadesha Vakya. Upadesha means, Upa means near, Desha means the place. This statement brings us to our essential being, and these instructions are given in this Tattvamasi. So what is the meaning of the Tat? So we have to search Tat, discover, Shodhanam. And Tvam, you are that. So the Tvam means the purification. So when our mind is purified, then only we will be able to get the correct import of the truth. If it is not purified, we will be obsessed with our experiences. See? Like a wife is frustrated because of her mother-in-law. Now, if she is told, look here, first of all, you are a woman, don't worry about mother-in-law. It is okay for you to say, but when you have to live in this house, Ram, 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 die. See? Constantly reacting in life. See, friends, this we have to learn, that everything happens only to the mind. Nothing happens to the body. Then how to live in this world exactly the same way as you are sitting now? See? Things are told, but who is listening? Exactly the same way. When somebody calls us that you are dumb, foolish, stupid, why we become angry, you know? Once I was going somewhere and my person friend, he was driving me. And he was going slow. This happened in South Africa. So I was trying to tell him, I said, come on, go fast, man, there is nobody on the road. He said, Swamiji, even if you reach there 5 minutes early, how does it matter? Because he was old. Then I said, okay. Do you know one riddle? I will ask you a question, tell me. One car passed by. I said, tell me, what must be the age of the driver who is driving the car? What? I said, yes, this is a question. The car has gone, there must be a driver, yes. What must be the age of the driver? I don't know. How can you judge that? I said, okay, try another. Another car went. Same question. I don't know. I say, you don't know, it's a simple thing, you are driving for so many years. The speed of the car is inversely proportionate to the age of the driver. What do you mean? we are going at a tremendous speed of 20 kilometers per year. So slow. We are not able to catch it fast because the mind is clouded, occupied, disturbed. So, when we started, I said, come on, Mahatma ji, come quickly. Swami, don't call me Mahatma. I am not a Mahatma. I said, okay, Bevakoof, chal. So when I called him Bevakoof, he didn't become angry. He was surprised. How come Swamiji also knows? See, friends, relax. You are not going to get anything. If you are studying Vedanta, even a passing thought, what will I get? If it comes in our mind, we are unfit to study Vedanta. Then why we should study? Don't study. Nobody needs. This thought is so deep in our system. In Vrindavan, one elderly person asked, Swamiji, what do we get if we chant Lord's name? Radhe, 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 Radhe. What do we get? I said, you get nothing. Then why we should chant? I don't chant. But everybody tells chant, you chant. But nothing we get. I don't chant it. Swamiji, you are going in circle. I said, no, you are going in circle. I am where I am. See? So till such time you get this funny thing in your head. If I do this, what will I get? We are not yet born as the seekers of truth. And this we can learn only from our own experiences. In deep sleep, what do we get? Nothing. And yet we struggle to go to sleep. In the same manner, this Tat and Tvam, who is the one who is struggling? And what does he want? So, Paragartha Prabeyeshu ya phalatve sammata samvissa eva iha meyortho Vedanta Ukti Pramanata. So, when we know some worldly things, any object, external object, now that object is known by whom? See? Because the Brahman, the reality, being the container of everything. What is everything? Known, knower, and the knowledge. All three things are contents of the infinite reality. So, when everything is in this Brahman, why it is not known? Because there, Brahman is not manifesting as buddhi or mind. That which is not included in the mind does not have any existence. It is merged with the totality. See? So, external objects, how they are known? When that object is included in the mind, then only object is known. This is the fundamental of understanding. That which is not included in the mind, that has no impact on us. There was one CBI. You know CBI? Chronic bachelor individual. So they are always in search of the bhabhi. So he went to his friend who was a doctor. He said, Are yaar, how did you come here? I said, no, I was just spending some time. I thought, why not spend time with you? Very good, you have come, doctor said. What? See, I am in a fix. I don't know what to do. What happened? What for I am? I can help you. He said, the problem is my wife got the lottery ticket for 10 crores. No, I am worried how to tell her. She won't be able to digest it. Anything may happen to her. Don't worry, yaar. मैं किसके लिए I will do it. Don't worry. He went. हाँ भाभी जी, how are you? How are the things? कुछ खिलाओ पिलाओ, बहुत दिन हो गए. हाँ भैया आइए, प्लीज सिट डाउन. And he was taking tea, coffee, eating something. Then casually, Babiji, if you get a lottery win for 10 crores, what will you do with that? Bhaiya, where I am lucky, I don't get even 10 rupees, forget 10 crores. Now just imagine, suppose you get, what will you do? I will give you 50%. He died. So anything which is included in the mind, that alone exists. How simple it is. Now, it is a freedom for us whether we allow anything to enter in our mind or not. You have got a freedom. What is that freedom? When you give undue value to anything in this world, that thing has entered in your mind and that becomes the source of your miseries. See? This is not in books. This we have to discover ourselves. See? So, paragartha prameshu ya samvid sa phalattvena sammata. Therefore, then object is known only when it is included in the mind in the form of a thought, and in that thought consciousness is reflected as chidabhasa. Then that thought becomes enlivened, and that enlivened thought is the knower. After the object is known, then the thought is not required. It has already entered the mind. Then what remains is the Kutastha Chaitanya. See? So that which was responsible for creating the knowledge through the Chidabhasa, by creating a knower, that what you are. See? Now take your day-to-day example. Man is Brahman and husband is the Chidabhas or the husband. So when this husband is miserable, what he has to understand? Sadhana for the husbands. When you go home in the evening, don't go in a cheerful, happy mode. Go frustrated, dejected, I don't know. She will be very happy. If you go home, ha ha ho, hi darling, how are you? Kisko mil gaya hai? Whom have you seen? See? This comes in the 19th chapter of Gita. How to make the wives happy. Therefore, the one who created the knower, after the birth of the knower, he disappears. Because when the knower became miserable, so all the three things are known by the Kutastha Chaitanya. Object of knowledge, knowledge of the object, and also the knower of the object. But the Kutastha Chaitanya is untouched by any one of them. This simple thing we told you, experience without experiencer. When experiencer is not born with what? It's not that you will not know. Why I am not experiencer? No, you know, but you are not influenced by the experiences. That freedom is given to us. Like, you have got a freedom. I keep on talking. Huh? Even this is not heard. So exercise your freedom. See? So, this is what is meant Vedantokti Pramanataha Meya Arthaha. This should be clearly known. Iti Vartikakarena Chit Sadrusham Vivakshitam Chit Brahma Phalayor Bhedaha Sahasram Shruto Yataha. Therefore, in his commentary on Updeshatri by Sureshwaracharya Maharaj, he got this is the Brahman as your essential nature. Not the knower of the world, but the knower of the knower. See? Now there are two knowers. One knower who knows and gets influence. The other knower who knows the knower and doesn't get influence. This freedom adjusts your focal length in life. When miseries come, if you do not become miserable, you are Kutastha Chaitanya. When miseries come, you become miserable, you are the Jiva. These principles are told in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna asked this question. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava sthita de kim pravasheta kim asita vrajeta. The first question was, a man of steady wisdom, meaning abiding in his divine nature. What is the meaning of meditation for him? See? For him, meditation is not sitting in a posture and suffering silently, collectively, and waiting for the bell to go. See, in Portugal, we had a international yoga conference. And when we went there, that person in charge, he called himself Jagat Guru, somebody like that, doesn't matter. So he took us to one garden. Fatima's temple is there, and nearby garden. And garden is absolutely rocky, hardly bushes here and there. And it was 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, so terrible hot. He took. Now this is the place where we have to meditate. Sit down everybody on the rocks. And I was watching, there is some stone, so I went, stood there, little bit of shade. Then he said, he took out a bell from his pocket. You know that bell which we used before Bhagwan, tan, 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 that kind of bell. Now I will ring the bell, you start your meditation according to your position. Whether you are at Yama, Niyama, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. According to your state, you start your meditation, okay? And again I will ring the bell, meditation is over. Clear? Yes. Tan, 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 tan. What is meditation? दूसरी बेल कब जाती है? When will be the next bell go? Because I was sitting, I am not interested in all this, so I was watching that. So they are elderly people. If kids do, we can understand this. See? So they were kidding meditation. See, therefore, don't get carried away by all these things. Know for certain. Iti vartika karane chit sadrusham vivakshitam. So Chidabhasa is exactly like that of the original light. Sadrusham, but not one, separate. See? Like the sun gives light. When it is reflected in the mirror, it gives light. But what is the difference? The difference is sun is not dependent on any other light. It has got its own light. But the reflected light requires a media of reflection. Then only reflection can come. Because there is light coming out of the mirror, does it mean that it is real? See, friends, exactly the same way, pure consciousness, Brahman, reality, Bhagavan, whatever you call, doesn't require any media to be. But the reflected light requires a media. And therefore, the truth is beyond knowledge and ignorance. See? Do you know mathematics? Yes, I know. Knowledge. I am a knower. The same question. Do you know yourself? Yes, I know myself. What? People call me dumb. Then you are right. We do not fall in the purview of known. And therefore, we do not fall in the purview of the unknown. So then who are we? We are both known, unknown, and yet beyond. Why unknown? We are not known to ourselves as an object of knowledge. Why known? We don't require any authority to prove our existence. The more you reflect in these lines, then we understand iti vartika karena chis sadrusham vivakshitam. So, it is reflected consciousness or Chidabhasa is like that of the original light Brahman, but it is not that. Therefore, in this Tattvamasi Mahavakya, we have to clearly understand that although the things are known, yet it is only reflected light. If the reflected light is not there, things will not be known. Like in the deep sleep, the mind is enfolded. There is no body identification. Therefore, the individual mind is merged with the total mind, and there is no thought because there is no body identification. Therefore, there will be no reflection of the consciousness in a thought free mind. There it is only in the form of being without becoming anything. See? The moment an object is included, knower is born. I know this object, I don't know this object. So, abhasa uditaha tasmat jnatatvam janayet gate. Therefore, the moment reflected consciousness happens in a thought containing in its womb the object of knowledge, then only the knowledge takes place about that object. After the knowledge is created, the Chidabhasa is not necessary. Once I know this is my phone, after that I don't have to do it again and again. Only once I have to know about it. So, abhasa uditaha tasmat jnatavyam gatayet janayet gate. Therefore, the knower is born because of the reflected light, and the reflected light is because of the original light. It has no independent existence. Tat purar brahmana bhasyam ajnatatvena vedahi devahi. Therefore, afterwards, after the object is known, thereafter, jnatatam jane tataha punaha ajnatavat. Again, the consciousness is free from knowledge and ignorance. Then another object comes. There also a thought is formed. In that thought, consciousness is reflected. And again, the knowledge takes place. I know this object. Thereafter, the thought gone, Chidabhas gone, and now that knowledge is there. In this manner, this knowledge which does not create impact on us, we are Kutastha Chaitanya. When the knowledge creates impact on us, we are Jiva Chaitanya. See? This should be clear. And therefore, Bhagavan said, what is the meaning of steady knowledge or wisdom? Bhagavan says, Dukkheshu anudvignamanaha. When miseries come, you do not become miserable. Sukheshu vigata spruhaha. When you are facing the joy and comforts, you are not addicted and enslaved by the comforts. That means you are going through all the complementary opposites as your areas of experience, but you are neither becoming enslaved by the comforts nor you are miserable by the discomfort. Meaning things are happening, but nobody is born. That is why it is rightly said, nobody is happy. Nobody alone is happy. Somebody is always miserable. See? Therefore, this knower is also eliminated by the Brahma Chaitanya. Now, the difference between two is further clarified. Dhivritya abhasa kumbhanam samuhaha bhasyati chida. Samuha together. What? Dhivritti, abhasa and kumbha, three of them. The object is kumbha and the thought is dhivritti. The object has entered in the mind and formed a thought, and then abhasa, in that thought the consciousness is reflected as chidabhasa. These three things put together are distinctly eliminated by the Kutastha Chaitanya. And the rule is very simple. Illuminator is not influenced by illumined. Now take an example to understand. I look at you all, and if I am influenced, why so many people? What is the need? 1 or 2 days have been enough. Then somebody is born. I look at you all and I do not care how many are listening and not listening. I am Kutastha Chaitanya. Meaning, illuminator is not influenced by what is illumined. But if it is illumined, then a jiva is born. Therefore, experience without experiencer. So, the vritti abhasa kumbhanam samo bhasyati chida. This pure consciousness alone illuminates all the three. I know the object. I know that I know. I know, you don't have to tell me. So, paratvat avasataha spuret. No, kumbha matra. Palatvat. But only the pot is indicated by the abhasa chidabhasa. Meaning what? Now make all the thoughts together. Only object without inclusion in the mind has no existence for us. And what doesn't exist for us makes no difference to us. But it exists for others, you don't worry about others, you mind your business. See, this is one of the most difficult things to digest. Once I was having satsang like that, and one sweet little girl came, climbed the steps. So I didn't bother. She came very close, near my ear. Swamiji, there is a spider on your beard. I said, take the tissue paper and slowly take. Don't kill me. You may kill the spider. So she took the tissue paper, slowly took it and went away. Now, the spider was on my beard. I did not know that, not included in my mind, doesn't exist for me. How simple it is. Therefore, dhivritti abhas kumbhana samo bhasyati chida. Pure consciousness illuminating everything. Therefore, whether the object is good or bad, whether the understanding is correct or wrong, whether the experiencer is miserable or happy, all these three things have no impact on the pure consciousness. Like water never sinks in the ocean, nor it is broken when the waves break. Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter tells this thought. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina masthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha nachamasthani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram bhutabhrunnacha bhutastaha mamatma bhuta bhavana. I, the formless, support all the forms, therefore they are in me, but I am not in them. But if you ask from my standpoint, neither they are in me nor I am in them. This is the ultimate truth. See? So the water says, first we'll take the ocean. Ocean says, all the waves are in me, but I am not in them. How can you say? Because presence or absence of waves make no difference to me. But they cannot remain independent of me. They are in me, but I am not in them. Waves are born, grow, die. Neither I am born nor grow nor die. But waves have that biography. And then you go to the water and he said, come on, you talk something which I understand. You are talking about ocean and waves. What is that? I don't know. From the absolute standpoint, relativity has zero value. Become more and more subjective, my friends. Learn from every experience. Changing the standpoint is the practice of Vedanta. We are obsessed with our standpoint. We are unable to recognize the standpoint of the other person. See? Now, for example, what is the standpoint? Standpoint is an illusion of inside outside. See? So, for example, this mala is in my pocket. Where it has gone? Okay. This object is in my pocket, inside. Phone is outside. Because I mentioned this object is in my pocket, then the question comes, where is the phone? Outside. Outside of what? The earlier reference, pocket. See? We are inside the hall. Our slippers are outside. Outside what? Outside the hall. Reference is the hall. Our slippers are inside the compound. See? Our cars are outside the compound. Reference is compound. In deep sleep, we have no reference, in or out. Therefore, there is no samsara. So, what is the spiritual practice? Change your standpoint from inside outside. See? This is very simple. How to change standpoint? Again, the space. You tell the space. Oh, space. In my 1 BHK, you are too congested, man. Outside it is okay. So the space will say, excuse me, what is 1 BHK, 2 BHK? I have never heard it. You don't know that, no. See, inside my house, there is only this much space. Outside it is infinite. Infinite can never understand what is relative. Because relative is a relation to something. So you take total space or inside space. Is there any difference? Exactly the same attributes. If this is clear, then we go one step further. See, if we start looking at this world from the absolute standpoint, then what will happen? From the spaces point of view, this hall is in me, but I am not in the hall. Meaning, if the hall is broken, nothing happened to the space. Once I was going by a cruise from Miami to Bahama Islands, maybe about 6 hours cruise. So I was standing near the somewhere and watching the birds. They will be coming, going to the sea and coming and sit somewhere and all that. So one of my, Swamiji, what are you seeing? I said, none of your business. Swamiji. No, I'm just casually asking. I said, I am telling you seriously. No, I want to ask you. I said, here also question. Can't you enjoy life? No, I want to ask you, how much deep will be the water in the ocean here? I said, I don't reply stupid questions. Why stupid? I said, the water is in the ocean or the ocean is in the water? So, Amiji Vedanta, yes. Is ocean a container where the water is kept? Or water itself is labeled as ocean? See? Change your standpoint. So when somebody is angry with you, change your standpoint. At this moment, he is frustrated, depressed, dejected. Don't argue. Listen, like you listen Vedanta. And go away. At the most, इनको तो कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता, वेदांती हूँ. Life will be beautiful, my friends. Change your standpoint. Then one day you will discover nobody is wrong in this world. Everybody is right. Because we are all the expressions of the divinity. If you change your standpoint, then only we are walking the spiritual path. Imagine Rajiv Gandhi and the lady who killed him. They are standing in front of you. And then you ask Rajiv Gandhi, you were killed, was it right? He will prove it was wrong. You ask that lady, you killed him, was it right? 100%. She will prove. And both of them will be right from their standpoint. Real spiritual practice is don't be obsessed with your standpoint. Learn and think from the other man's standpoint. You will never have enemies in this world. This is application of Vedanta in day-to-day life. So, the Vritya Bhas Kumbhanam Samo Bhasati Chida, all the three are eliminated by the consciousness. Kumbha Matra Phalatvasa Eka Abhasata Spurat. But only that particular object is known because of the reflected consciousness Chidabhasa. Because we are obsessed with the walls of the hall and therefore I am inside and the rest of the things are outside. Break these walls. You are one with the totality. And how the walls are created? Because of the Chidabhas. The Chidabhas is necessary. See? But it should be understood, it is just only adjustment. चैतन्यम द्विगुणम कुंभे ज्ञातत्वेन स्फुरत्यतः अन्ये अनुव्यवसायाख्यम आहो एतद यथोदितम. Now it is a technical term that in the kumbha, the pot, the chaitanya is in two ways. One is the original chaitanya, second is the reflected chaitanya. The reflected chaitanya eliminates the object and disappears. Thereafter, the object is known by the Shuddha Chaitanya. But Shuddha Chaitanya is not influenced by the object known. And therefore, we have to clearly understand when we are influenced by any experience, we are the jiva. When the experience happens, but we are not influenced, therefore, experiencer is not born, then you are Kutastha Chaitanya. And therefore, you cannot remember who you are. Memory is possible, only that of the finite. Infinite doesn't fall in the purview of memory. See? After having said this, now we go further, how to further discriminate between the Kutastha Chaitanya, the reality that we are, and the Chidabhasa, what we think we are. Ghato ayam iti asau ukti abhasasya prasadasa. This is the pot, this statement is made by the Chidabhasa. She is my wife. Who makes this statement? Man or husband? Think. How simple it is. Object is known by the Chidabhasa. So, Ghataha ayam iti ukti asau abhasasya prasadataha. Then, Vijnataha ghata. And the pot is known by me. So, the knower of the pot is because of the grace of the Kutastha Chaitanya. So, the three things. Object is known by the Chidabhasa. After knowing the object, Chidabhasa disappears. Because now the mind has moved to another object, another thought, another reflection, another Chidabhas, another object known. That object is dropped. Then we go to the third object. Again the same process. The third object entered, a thought is formed, on that consciousness is reflected, the third object is known. And after creating the knowledge of the object, Chidabhasa disappears. And knowledge only remains. That knowledge is untouched by either the knower or the pure consciousness. It is Shuddha Jnanam. See? This experience I have mentioned in some of my talks, very extremely good. That time I had a Eureka experience. In the US, in UK it happened. One of my friend's place, I had to stay for the night. So, his mother prepared a nice bed for me and I was lying. Nice table, some books, water bottle, everything. So, I read one or two pages here and there, put the books, and then I wanted to switch off the light. So, I was doing like this, not knowing where it is switched. I had to get up. I got up and started searching where is the switch. In that time, light went directly in my eyes as if. Thereafter, I switched off the light and lied down on the bed, eyes closed. I could see the reflected light's pratibimba on my mind. Then I opened my eyes. I saw the street lights. Again, I closed my eyes. I saw the reflection, impressions on the mind. Again, I opened my eyes. Again, I saw the street lights. Eureka! The one who is illuminating the knowledge through the sense organs is a waker. The same one who is illuminating the impressions on the mind is the same one. They are not two. घटोयमित्यासौ उक्ति आभासस्य प्रसारतः विज्ञातः घट इति उक्ति ब्रह्मानुग्रहतो भवेत्. So the knower of the object is because of the reflected light which comes from the original light, the Brahman, the reality. And therefore, when the object is known, it is stored in the memory, and that memory knowledge only is pulled. With this, the Karmakandis and all the religions make use of this bluff. And they say, why you are suffering, in this life because of your wife, because in the last life you have tortured her. But now what can I do? I don't remember. You may not remember. Divine computer doesn't forget anything. Then what is to be done? Stop fighting with her. Then love her. Don't argue. Whatever she says, yes. Then what will happen? What will happen? In the next life, she will not be your wife. I am ready. Otherwise, she has done that Karwa Chauth. She won't leave you. Now, what we are understanding, what should be understood? What should be understood is, in the last life, I was there. That time, this body was not there. So, I existed independent of this body. In this body, I am suffering. And in the next life, this body won't be there. So, who am I then? Am I the body embodied or the one who is supporting all the bodies and yet without the body? This should be the understanding. See, friends, nobody dies. The jiva is a big bluff. See, Vijñāto ghati ukti brahmanugrahato bhavet. Therefore, I know this object. This is only because of the grace of the Brahman. आभास ब्रह्मणि देहात् बहिरी यद्वद् विविच्यते तद्वद् आभास कूटस्थो विविच्यताम वपुषी अपि. So as we have understood the separateness between the Brahman and the reflected consciousness, Chidabhasa, in the outer world. So dehat bahi yadvad vivechite. We are distinctly clearly understood in the objective world. Now become subjective. We have to learn it subjectively also. Tadvad abhasa kutastha, these two, Chidabhasa and Kutastha, vivichetam vapushi api. Now within us also, we have to distinctly, separately bring it out and understand what exactly is the Chidabhasa, the Jiva, and the Brahman, the reality. Aham vruttau Chidabhasa काम क्रोधादिकेषु च संवाप्य वर्तते तप्ते लोहे वन्निर यथा तथा. Now aham vruttau, in the I thought, see, Chidabhasa, in that I thought, consciousness is reflected as Chidabhasa, I. See, and who is this I? Along with that, kama, krodha, etc., all the modifications of the mind. Samvapya vartate. So this aham vritti is supporting all the other vrittis by owning them. Now here is a very subtle point, be attentive. See? Every thought has got two types of aspects. One aspect is, like the example I gave you, this light which is falling on my face, this is one thought, my face, one thought. On that face, there is some spot somewhere where the light appears as a dot. So that dot aspect is Chidabhas. And the total face is the various thoughts, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Ityadi. Now, when the various thoughts, such as Kama, Krodha, Dikeshu, then Samvyapya Vartate Tapte Lohe Vandiryatha. Like if you take a ball of iron and put it in the fire for about 4 or 5 hours and lift it with your hand, you'll be realized. See? So that iron ball which was in the fire for a long period of time, it will not illuminate other object like the mirror reflected sun illuminates other object, is it not? How simple. What is the reason? Where the fire is there. The fire is in the iron, it doesn't have the ability to reflect. See? Get these points clear. So, aham vruttau chidabhasa kama krodha digesha. So, like in the tapte lohe vanni, the fire in the hot ball is there, but it is not going outside. It remains within that iron ball. Similarly, aham vruttau in the I thought and in the kama krodha etc. There also chidabhasa is existing, completely fully covered. So Chidabhasa is now we are seeing in two places. One is the I thought and the other aspects of the modifications of the mind, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. So two of them. I thought and various modifications of the mind. Now when this I thought gets identified with the anger, I becomes angry. When I thought becomes identified with the greed, then I become greedy. Therefore, to have various kinds of thoughts in the mind is not an issue. Issue is when we get identified and accept them as real, then somebody is born and he suffers. Therefore, please remember, when you are sitting quiet for your prayers or meditation or whatever you call, if bad thoughts come in your mind, don't curse yourself. Then stand apart and educate yourself. Oh, I never thought I'll be so greedy. Anyway, let it come and go. Do not get identified with any thought comes in mind. Instead of fighting with the thoughts, chittavritti, chup matana, constantly fighting. Let it come and go, who cares? Therefore, the best example I can tell you is this only. I have been talking for last 45 minutes. Huh? Even this is not heard. So as your ears are open, yet you can manage not to hear. In the same manner, live in this world in such a manner, remain dumb. Remaining dumb is the highest spiritual practice. Don't have to become smart. This experience I had in South Africa, I think. Whatever may the reason, my ticket was showing, it is half ticket. Passport showing full ticket. Now, what is my fault? So, when I went to check in luggage, he said, only 10 kilograms, not 20. Pay for the remaining. So, I kept going, I don't know. Then I said, tell me what I will do. Go to him. So, he sent me something. I went there. Why you have come? I don't know. He told me go. So, he saw that. Oh, how it is possible? You are an old man and half ticket. Something wrong. So he wrote 20 kilos. I went back. Okay, 10 plus 20, 30 kilos. What I have done? Remain dumb. Don't become smart in this world. When you become smart, you suffer in life. Remain dumb, be happy. But we want to prove. Who can teach me? I will teach you. So, aham vruttau chidabhasa kama krodadukeshu sa samvapya vartate tapte lohe vanniryatha. So, this aham, along with the various modifications of the mind, they are all together all the time. Then what happens? Swamatram bhasaye taptam loham na anyan kadachana. But this heated ball illuminates only itself, not others. Evam abhasa sahita vritteya swasva swabhavika. And therefore, all the thoughts which are having what are the contents, those contents are creating the thoughts, and accordingly, that is manifested in our life. So, anger is manifested, our face is swollen, we keep on biting our own teeth. Why anger? And when we become angry, others enjoy. See, we become a person or entertainment for others. Therefore, when you are angry, come to the main point. When you are angry, who suffers? The person who is angry, he suffers. Not others. Because others are Kutastha Chaitanya. You become angry, acha, guzar, theek hai. Now tell me how can, if you are digested Vedanta, you can never become miserable in life. But when it is not digested, it comes like a dakar. Oh. So, taptam loham swamatram bhasayet anyat kadachana na. Similarly, anger, greed, frustration, it troubles us, not others. Others will select, shift, delete. They don't care for us. And therefore, Bhagavan says, Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu, Atmaiva Ripuratmana. We are our real enemies. See? And a person who is inimical to him, he can never merge with the totality. See? Keeps himself or herself away. I don't like to talk, these are all ignorant people. What about you? Indigestion of the knowledge. See? So much I have got knowledge that I am surprised. What? When belching comes, it comes as Omkar. Oh. Realize? Friends, merge in the totality. We must dissolve our strong personality. See, friends. Therefore, here I am not creating anything. Try to know each other. Tell who are you, where from you have come, why you have come. No. Relax. With everybody you are, but nobody is with you or you are with anybody. Relax. But the moment we have got a stern, what happened? In meditation. In anger, angry meditation. So, taptam loham swamatram bhayasya anyat kadachana na evam abhasa sahita vritti, thoughts with the chidabha swasva bhasika. Therefore, all these thoughts, anger, greed, frustration, etc., they only trouble us. Therefore, friends, never justify anything that because of this I am disturbed or no. Be like the space. See? Supports everything, reacts to nothing, and doesn't get influenced by anything. And you know the best part? We don't have to do. That is our natural state. reactions are abnormal expressions of life. See? Like the vision. Vision sees all colors and forms. Is the vision ever reacting to any color? No. Similarly, the mind entertains all kinds of thoughts, but the mind is not holding on any thought in it. Similarly, we also support waking dream deep sleep samadhi. We are the same. So when we are living in this world, this knowledge alone will help us to be in this world and yet beyond the limitations of this world. Kramad vichidya vichitya jayante vruttayo akhilaha sarva api viliyante supti murcha samadhishu. Same thing has come. Now what is the Kuta says? Kramad vichidya vichidya jayante vruttaya akhilaha. All thoughts are born one after another, one after another. On the basis of this, I told you, thoughts are not a problem. Fortunately, we are near Ganges. See? How beautiful, clean, neat. You can get into the Ganges, take bath, come out. But if the Ganges are having tremendous force of waters in the form of the flow, and if you jump, then water will not carry you. The flow of the water will carry you. Exactly the same way. Thoughts do not disturb us. When a flow of thought is created, that disturbs us. And flow of thought is created when one thought is not enough to include everything. See? I want a cup of tea. It is so nicely raining, nice time, I am cozy inside the quilt. If I get a cup of tea, poor wife, take. Out of love. Take. Wild love. Then this Dumbo is sitting there. Chai. फिर क्या मेरा सर खाओगे? नहीं, it is empty. कोई पकोड़ा नहीं है क्या? Another thought. She makes out of. I didn't ask you to make pakoda out of your head. Aloo pakoda. मिर्ची नहीं है घर में. There's no chilies. One thought, second thought, third thought, fourth thought. Whenever a thought is having the content which is something finite, it will breed thoughts. Thought breeding creates a flow, and we get carried away by that. See? What is the reason? Theme of the thought is finite. Make the theme of the thought infinite. What is infinite? Bhagavan. So chant Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Quiet. Next thought will not be bred. Then again, slowly, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Increase the distance between two mantras. See? Then one day, by God's grace, it clicks. God realization, self-realization is a knack which clicks. Like those of you who know swimming or riding a bicycle, it just clicks one day. And if you have to explain how exactly you learned, theoretically, see this and that. See, one of my friend, he never knew swimming, so we used to make a fun of him. He, his wife, and his son, three of them. I was the fourth. Beautiful big swimming pool in their house. So I said, come on, I am going to enjoy swimming. So I got into it. Then his wife Swami said, you come if you know swimming. She also came. The small child, 5 years, he jumped. He knows swimming. Say, hey Mahatma, you come. The child, Swamiji, Papa doesn't know. Why not? He says, Swamiji, I tried my best, I can't learn. You cannot learn teaching as swimming. Nobody can teach you. Exactly the same way. This knowledge cannot be taught, it is a knack. Knacks cannot be taught. The knack of cheating others cannot be taught. Learn this. Therefore, kramad vichidya jayante vrittaya akhilaha. The thoughts are again and again, one after another, going on and on and on and on and on. Therefore, when you are chanting the Lord's name, its impact should be on the mind, not on God. He gets fed up. Do you know one of the most miserable gods? Bhagwan Ram. He told me. Every Tom, Dick and Harry keeps on Ram, 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 Ram. You just can imagine in your own house, if the small child is constantly running after you, Mummy, 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 kya chahiye le lo so? Mummy, 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 what do you want? Mummy, Mummy, Mummy. What do you want? Chup. Same thing Bhagwan Ram does. When you trouble him too much, Ram, 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 Hanumanji chu. Don't trouble him. He is very much within you. Let him express. When he expresses, zero demands, zero desires. When we express, all desires, all demands. See? So, kramat vichidya jayante vrittaya akila. Again and again, we keep on brooding, thinking, worrying. See? I don't know what is going to happen. If you don't know, relax. If you know, be prepared. Where is a place for worries? But that is the only thing. If you want to get freedom from worries, go to Bengal. Do you know why? No Bengali is worried. All of them are buried. Hey, I am buried. Come out.
It took long time to get it.
I thought there are less tube lights. So, Kramat vichidya jayante vrittaya akhilaha sarvapi viliyante. All thoughts dissolve. Where? Supti murcha samadhishu. In 3 areas. Supti in deep sleep. Murcha when we are unconscious. Samadhi when we are in samadhi. All the thoughts disappear. That time we are only happy. Not only we are happy, others also happy. See? Recognize this. If you are always tense, frustrated, angry, there is a circle around you. It spoils everything. See? If you are cheerful and happy, everything around you is different. See? This must be your experience. In the presence of somebody, you remember, oh, I have to go to toilet. Isn't it? Then you go yadgatva na nivartante. वो गया क्या नहीं अभी ठीक है. At least you will be in peace. Nobody can help us. You have to allow the divinity that you are to express. So, kramat vichidya jayante vrittya akhilaham sarvapi viliyante. Now, without going to sleep, without becoming unconscious, without samadhi, when you are no more influenced by the thoughts. So, thoughts are not the problem. When we are influenced by the thoughts, then the problems come. See? Therefore, I am not in favor of Patanjali Maharshi. Vritya Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Why? Chitta Vritti? Let them be there. And those people who do this thing, they achieve success. But then you are becoming abnormal. See? Like the river must flow. No, but we want to put the big hurdle and big dam is created. And then that dam dams you out. See? Educate, learn, practice. Then only it is possible. So sarvapi viliyante supti murcha samadhishu. And therefore in these 3 periods, when we are in deep sleep, unconscious or samadhi, more than us others are happy. हाँ सोने दो उनको उठाना. Because we know when this fellow gets up, it is a terrible thing, again the Rakshasa comes out. Nobody can help us in this, my friends. If this knowledge will not help us to grow wise, God will correct his mistake. And he will say, my dear, it is not your fault. It was my fault I made you human beings. Go back to pig. Ahar nidra bhaya maithurancha. Live there. Now we go further. Sandhayo akhila vritti nam abhava bhavasitaha nirvikarena yenaso kutaste iti ucha uchate. No. Akhila vritti nam sandhayaha. Sandhaya means sandhi means join, junction. One thought is thoughted. The second thought is thoughting not. See, one thought is done, the second thought has not started, so that sandhi, the junction between the 2 thoughts. Akhila vritti nam sandhaya abhava. So, one thought is over, second thought has not begun. What is there in between? The absence of the thought. So, akhila vritti nam sandhaya abhavaha, absence, yena nirvikarena avbhasita. So, asau kutastha, that is the kutastha chaitanya. See? Now, this one we told you is a very simple technique, not difficult. First, try not to talk to yourself. So, there is no thought number 1, thought number 2. So, you are Kutastha Chaitanya. Now, in this experience, you cannot say, you understood, you are not understood. You cannot say, I know, I do not know. The moment you say, I know, I do not know, the knowing is reduced to knower. The being is reduced to becoming. I am, I know, they are not two. Our experience is simultaneous. It is not in a sequence. All other experiences create a sequence. This is a phone, step 1. I know this is a phone. And further, I am not the phone. Is this happening when we are with ourselves? I am, I know. It is not in a sequence. It is simultaneous. Where the knowledge and the being merge together, that is Ananda. Now this Ananda we can see everywhere. Knowledge, tongue. Existence, Rasgulla in the plate. Experience, misery. Why? Urdhamoolamadu Ashwatam Pravarayam Chandamasi Yasya Pranani. Because the object Sat and the knowledge, the tongue, they are separate, misery. The moment Brahmarpanam Brahma Dham. Aha. The existence and knowledge merge together, mouth and eyes closed. When knowledge and existence, they are separate, it is samsara. So, Akhila Vritti Nam Sandhaya. Between the two thoughts, there is no thought. Abhavaha. So, I am disturbed, I am not disturbed. Both are thoughts. If we remain in the center, meaning disturbances do not create a disturbed body and no disturbances do not create a happy body, this is the Kutastha Chaitanya. Meaning, when the eyes see the colors and forms, they are not disturbed. No effort required. That is our natural state. We are, in fact, not disturbed by anything in world. We are disturbed is fake. It is not true. Take your own experiences that are around you. When something happens, suppose somebody dies, either husband or wife, then see what happens to the one who is living. For a few days, for a few months, frustrated. Slowly, as the time goes away, all your miseries, everything dissolved, and then, see, nothing remains. Even the miseries don't remain all the time. Therefore, vritti nam abhavaya yena nirvikarena vibhasita. So the Kutastha Chaitanya is eliminating the absence of the thoughts. See, this is what we told you. When you do not talk to yourself, you are not creating the thoughts. And thoughts are created by words. Like when we come out of the bathroom, we come out after putting on clothes. Exactly. The thoughts come out of the mind after putting the clothes of the words. Try to think without using any word in your mind. On the basis of this, we told you, don't talk to yourself. Rather than chitta vritti nirodha, learn. Don't talk to yourself. So, you are not becoming the source of creating something finite. Every thought, every word is finite. It begins, it remains, it ends. But you are the infinite one. For this, our mantra, देखो सुनो मत बोलो. So two places if we consciously work on it. First, when you are all by yourself, don't talk to yourself. When we are others, with others, that time, before we talk, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? My friends, I guarantee you, you yourself will reply, no need to talk. How much unwanted we keep on talking. And as a result, the infinite is reduced to the finite. See, my friends, this is what has to be worked upon with understanding. Not just don't disturb your. And they teach the small kids. See? Let them enjoy. Spirituality is not for everybody. Let everybody has to go through all kinds of experiences. Every experience of our life is our guru. But small little kids, they are told in some school I went. And now see, Swamiji has come. Sit down. We'll do meditation for 5 minutes, okay? The children, and then looking. Imagine those cute kids torturing them with meditation. Let them dance, let them play, let them enjoy. See, every kind of experience is necessary to grow in life. Otherwise, you will become bonsai. Becoming a bonsai is not spiritual life. See, bonsais look very beautiful, but they are good only in the drawing room. And they are so strong that if a mosquito sits on that, it breaks. Too heavy. This bonsai type of spirituality is not spirituality. You have to go through all kinds of experiences and be attentive. That experience, from what you have learned, does not create an impression of good or bad feeling about you. If you are learned. See? Like we all have gone through in our childhood, sometimes we stir the fire. Fire burnt our hand. So we have learned fire burns. And therefore, towards fire, do we have like or dislike? No impression. Because we have grown, we have learned. Any experience, whatever it may be, if we learn from our experience, we are on the spiritual path. But then don't commit the same thing again and again, become learner. Only once. So, Akila Vritti Nam Sandhaya Abhavaha Yen Nirvakarena Abhasita Asau Kutastha. This is Kutastha Chaitanya. See? Now this was one. The second thing. Listen to silence. First we told you, don't talk. The second thing, listen to silence. Don't have to close the ears, no. Listen to silence is what? Remain indifferent to sounds. Sounds are finite, silence is infinite. When our attention is on the silence, we are closer to our divine nature. By this practice, slowly and steadily, we learn that we live very much in this world, but we stop reacting in life. Meditation is act, don't react. See? When we don't react, nobody is created. When we react, somebody is created. And all this is by simple rule, देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Many times we talk when it is not necessary. So before we talk, ask a question. Did anybody ask us? Who asked you? Nobody asked. Then why don't you keep quiet? That talking is like the ulti, like the vomit. Ab boli do. I should not say, but then keep quiet. And after we say all that, thereafter, I don't know why did I say. See, friends. So, Akila Vrittinam Sandhaya Abhavaha Yena Nirvikarena Bhavasita Asau Kutastha Iti Cha Uchyate. Therefore, make absence as an object of knowledge. Be attentive. Absence is not an object. Kindly get me one plate absence. So, how can we make the absence as the object of knowledge? Absence of something. Of what? Of the world. What is the world? A name and a form. So, absence of the words, silence. Therefore, we told you, listen to silence. Listening to silence means remain indifferent to words. You know, in 60s or late 50s, there used to be radio Ceylon. And those days, these electronics were not very good. So we used to hear some songs, and there should be a lot of kar going on. But then we used to filter that in our ears and enjoy some. In the same manner, apply those filters. How? As you are doing now. The radio was thinking I am singing, but who is listening? See, friends, spiritual life is so simple. It's not difficult. Therefore, things will happen in life. Why worry everything? We are not created. Relax. Take this relax as the most powerful mantra. Relax, relax. So, घटे द्विगुण चैतन्यम यथा बाह्ये तथांतरे वृत्तिषोपि ततस्तत्र वैषद्यम sandhito adhikam. See? Now here the teacher tells further. Bahye ghate, like the part which is outside the body, yatha dviguna chaitanyam. So two consciousnesses are involved. One is the reflected consciousness and second is the original consciousness. Reflected consciousness called Chidabhasa requires a reflecting media. And reflecting media is a thought in whose womb there is an object. So that thought with the object in its womb is the reflecting media. There the consciousness gets reflected. Then that object is known. This is an object. I know this is the object, but I am not the object. And this knower, Chidabhasa, is created, and then I know the object. The knower is known by the Kutastha Chaitanya. See? I am miserable as a husband. This is known by the man. So the difference between the man and the husband. Husband is the Chidabhasa and man is the Kutastha Chaitanya. How much time, energy it will take for the husband to be a man? Zero. By default, he is a man. By mistake, by fault rather, he became a husband. So correct your faults and be happy. See? How to correct? Divorce? No. You will get again married then. See? What cannot be cured should be tolerated. So, yatha bahye gate dviguna chaitanyam tatha antare vrittishu api tatra sanditaha vaishadyam prominent. It is adhikam. See? So, different objects we have seen that two types of chaitanya. Now, come to the thought. One thought has come, their consciousness reflects Chidabhasa, and that thought is enlivened, anger has come. Now you have got a freedom. If you become angry, then you are one with it. Anger has come, but if you to become angry, you are one with the Kota Chaitanya. And you will see, all of us know when anger is building in us. The moment you become aware of your anger, anger will die away. The more there is some desire for you, you go to a shopping mall, you see so many things, and then you like, see, this is very good object, I should get it. And then, no, yeah, what will I do? Forget about it. We'll take it later. Okay, no problem. Goes away. The moment you learn this simple thing, when we become aware of our thoughts, whatever good or bad, they will disappear. Because in the light of the pure consciousness, Chidabhasa becomes deep. How? When we are devalued that object, no thought is formed, no Chidabhasa is made, no desire is born. So, Vrittishu api tatra sanditaha vaishadyam adhikam. Therefore, when we are able to remain between the two thoughts, that is the reason when you are chanting the Lord's name, instead of how many times we have chanted, focus attention on how much time we are with Him. So, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Keep a big gap and see that no dissimilar thought comes. And we all will have a kind of a tighter. Beyond that, we can't hold. Okay, never mind. Again, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Again, silence. That Lord's name should permeate in and through every cell of our body. We don't have to give account to somebody. So many crores of japa done. It is good to keep the people busy. I was recently in Hubli. They are having a big function. And they have taken a vow themselves. We will be doing 550 crores of japa. And the whole society is busy there. In every, don't disturb. And then they say, I have done so much calculation. It is good to keep the people busy. This is called a Pushti Marga. You know Pushti Marga? Gujarati brand. You know, there is such an intelligent Marga. What they do, in every house, old people are unwanted problems. So, how to keep them away? So, what the Pushti Marga do, everybody is having their own personal gods. Laddu Gopal, Bal Gopal, something like that. And then right from morning, they have to take care of that like a living being. So, get a give in the bath, take him here, wash, and little bit small toothbrush. And then old lady is playing with that slowly. And then the mosquito net is removed and packed it properly. You don't do anything, everything I have to do. She talking to herself and busy. Okay, but then in the afternoon, after food, now they have to go to the temple. And after going to temple, they are given by the Pandit so much of tulasi plants and so many flowers. Now you have to clean every leaf of tulasi, take the stick, dip it in the sandalwood paste and write on every leaf Ram. Like that you have to write on 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 leaves. Flowers have to be cleaned properly. 3 to 6. They are tired. Bhagwan also tired. Now go home. So 3 hours there is peace at home. See? Remember, if we are chanting Lord's name, the impact should come on our mind, not outside. So dissimilar thoughts will be reduced. And when similar thoughts are repeated, slowly, a rhythm develops in life. We are all introduced to something in our mother's womb. You know what is that? A rhythm. When we were in mother's womb, the first sound that we heard was tak tak tak, tak tak tak, tak tak tak, tak tak. These our mothers do not know that they know it. Therefore, when the child is crying, they take the child in the lap and rhythm. Child says, I'll keep quiet, you keep quiet. And the child sleeps. See, friends, the more you become aware of these things, life becomes very simple. 24/7 you are in meditation. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.